Miami, 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 Miami. It feels like Miami.
Welcome to the Miami Heat Beat Postgame Show. I'm your host, Giancarlo Navas. And with me today, we got Bon, mother of sons, my goat. How are you?
Man, hello, chat. I'm sorry for abandoning y'all the way that I did midstream last game. Oh man, I got so sick in the middle of everything that was happening. I was like, oh no, I gotta get out of here. Shout out to Q and Kyle, they held it down. I had to skedaddle. Hello, people, once again.
And also joining us today, one of the two that held it down along with Kyle. K, what's up, my brother?
Hey, nothing. What's up, man? How y'all doing? Just glad to be here. Glad I was able to do my part.
Next man up, baby. Next man up.
Next man up.
That's
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Deep
But
over here.
hey man, I'm here. Another Miami Heat adventure, as they say.
Girl.
Heat culture, baby. Listen, at the end of the day, we are doing this show because we care about this team. We love the Heat. And if you love the Heat, you don't want to lose to the Boston Celtics. I don't care in every age, no matter what. The deeds of the Celtics remain the same. And it's just not fun. And they had a huge lead, and we're going to talk about how they got that lead, and we're going to talk about how they blew that lead. But, Kay, I'll go to you, then I'll go to Bond. It just feels so profoundly shitty to lose to them. And the worst part is I'm watching them and I was like, damn, man, they're pretty good. Like, they should be worse, but they're pretty fucking good. And it genuinely pains me.
My thing about it is, you want to shit on Mazulla. You want to, tear Jaylen Brown down because his handle is shaky. You want to be like, why are you like the seventh man on a Boston Celtics squad, Anthony Simons? And then he comes and put, damn near 40 on your head. Jaylen Brown starts out the game, can't make a shot, finishes the game, hitting clutch buckets. We're going to talk about how we got there. And then, of course, Derek White doing Derek White things, blocking shots when he's not supposed to be. Mazulla calling the right plays, putting him in the right position, sticking with the right, situation for his team to be successful. And you said it, man. Hate the Celtics, hate to see them win, hate to get beat by them, especially when you lose in the fashion that the Miami Heat lost on Thursday evening.
They can't get Bond. They can't give us hope. They can't feed us through an IV hope of like, you know what? Maybe this week won't be so bad. They just beat the Suns. It was a nice win. Suns are a nice team. It was a nice win. You're just like, okay, we're up.
There's your hope. I'm screaming.
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm weak. I really thought he was about to jump in.
I was so confused. The pod audience was so confused. But Bond, they were IVing us hope.
Listen,
and
opium of the people. I don't know, man. It's the same shit. I run out of things to say. It's the same shit every time. And to your point, Kay, we want to do you bash Mazulla, whatever. Like that motherfucker is maniacal.
You're not in a job interview.
He make you talk real like that, so I get it.
But you want he's smart. He's smart. He's intelligent, and he knows what buttons to press when. We were talking backstage. He trusts himself, and he has like the unrelenting backing of the other motherfuckers in the locker room. Like they run with all of what he has going on for them. I feel you with Anthony Simons. I remember, all of the little random pieces of like how would he look like the athleticism to be able to play on the ball, off the ball if he wants to, but like to have the showing on ball that he had today, just being strong, being quick, being decisive, like, having a tight handle, and them having shooters one away from him, one freaking weak side corner, and just buying into everything that Mazulla is selling and knowing when to switch it up. They have like great guard play, great wing play, enough in the front court. Like they're solid.
I want to
They
give
are
a
solid.
there's I want to get into Mazulla because I've been really impressed with him this season. Shout out to that rank guy Yeezy for the super chat. Said if we only had a 7-footer who could help board, shake my head. We're gonna get into that. That's a topic later. Yeah, man, I don't want to make this the Boston, credit power hour, but I feel as rivals, who else but us, right? Who else but us?
You gotta give the people their things.
We got to give the people their shot. And
Girl,
speaking of the people,
what's up,
CM 201, thank you for the super chat. Says Tyler Hunted all fourth again. We're only getting 9 minutes. We can't rebound. I know his first stint wasn't too good. Bad lineups in the third and fourth. When will it end? At least Cats look good. I love how CM 200 always, like, during his super chats, he kind of gives a show sheet.
Yeah, it's the whole fucking.
This is on the show sheet.
This is like bullet for bullet almost. I'm like, is this
You want a job?
Like, I was just thinking like, no, we can't. I don't know what the budget looks like. Like, what are the books? But like,
you want a job? Damn, years
we
ago.
need to be grooming the next generation anyway.
Oh my god. But Bond, one of the things I really liked from Mazulla today was he really gave Miami the corners, right? He was like, that weak side corner, if you drive and if you make the drive and you kick to the weak side corner, we're gonna give you Bam in the corner. We're gonna, whoever you have parked in that corner, we're gonna give the guy an open three, and we're gonna commit to having help early. Like if you're driving, if you're ISOing, if you're doing, Miami even ran pick and roll today. I mean, Norm ran an inverted pick and roll with Kasparis.
Get it out.
Yeah, so I mean, all sorts of shit happened today. But they're meeting Miami's drives with guys in the paint, and they're rotated over. And if that pass to the corner goes, fuck it, they'll close out, they'll do their thing. But I thought that was a really good. I don't think Boston, and I don't watch Boston every day, I don't think they defend like that on a nightly basis. I always know Boston to kind of man up and not do that. But it seems like a lot of the league has kind of done that adjustment to Miami, whether it be early help at the nail, whether it be vacating that weak side. We're kind of seeing variations of that, and I think this Mazulla wrinkle is kind of a new version of that.
Yeah, like early in the season, it was teams dropping off that baseline cutters, man, and loading up on them this way, and kind of letting Miami get to the flow that they wanted to get to, and found ways to defend it. I thought Joe, to everything that you're saying, did a sneakily effective enough job at kind of dictating is strong, because I think that we still got good things, even with, he stuck with his plan of giving the three, but like we got good looks. But it's like you said, I'll give you Bam in the corner, I'll give you some Andrew in the corner. I think Cass hit a couple, but like if they got that low man there, that guard is working hard to get over top, stay connected, to get back if able. The nail help is there, the one away is there, and then most times out of not, like it's a they're fine with the recovery. Either they're giving it to you or they're fine with getting their one back out. I don't know. I'm with you. I thought Joe did a good job with that too today. And then,
I mean,
you did second half.
You mentioned Bam, like, did give you Bam in the corner, and Bam was good today on threes. He was 3 for 4, but it was and Norm was
felt worse than that. Is that weird? It felt worse. It felt like Bam shot worse. Maybe that was just me. Maybe
he was 3 for 7. No, I'm sorry. He was 3 for 7. Excuse me. He was 3 for 4 from the line. Wrong column. He was 3 for 7, which 3 for 7 is still good.
Yes, but that's
just he shot a lot. I mean, shooting 7's a lot, and I think if you're boss, I do think that. But I think the real important thing is Jovic 0 for 4. Right? It's Pell Larson 0 for 3. Right? It's stuff like that when you're it's Ware 1 for 4. Drew 0 for 2, Fontecchio 0 for 2. Those are guys who are getting. Norm's not getting the corner looks, right? Norm and Tyler are getting their stuff up top, off the bounce, all that stuff.
All above the break stuff.
Yeah, Wiggins gets a mix of it, but those other guys are all, and one of the last man 3 was, off a crazy leaning 3 at the top. So I would say the gamble paid off, and and chat's going Nico at the 5 minutes were awful. I thought that's when kind of that defensive scheme really hurt them, because Norm was out of the game, and it was like Tyler, and it was Fontecchio for some reason, and it was Nico, and they just couldn't get anything at the basket. And Karati's like, they got to get Norm in the game, and I'm like, they got to get Bam in the game, because Tyler's getting picked on. Nico was not his day to be a 5 when Simons is doing that. I don't think he has the defensive playmaking to cull, like to kind of settle down or run like that.
Yeah.
K, I just feel like it was kind of rough, but that adjustment in general, like, I thought was really the key to Boston making that comeback and really kind of getting the win.
To speak to Bond's point, like this, of course, we all know the Miami Heat's offense, pace, whatever, but it's about flow. So early in the season, what they were doing was disrupting the flow earlier on in the sequence. Like I said, at the nail, whatever, cause a confusion in that initial paint. Like, you may get through here, but you're going to navigate so much stuff that the next option is going to be disrupted. We're going to cause you to do something else, but we're already there. Well, to your point, the adjustment that Mazulla made was, we're going to let all of that happen. But once you get to the rim, we're going to make you do something else. And Tyler's big problem is he couldn't even get to that point. He was only getting halfway through, and he couldn't make a good pass out of it. At least Norm, he'll get all the way to the rim, and maybe he'll finish it, make a tough layup like he did over Garza a couple times. But they were making him, flash it out to that corner that we're talking about. They got a lot of open shots from, because they weren't even allowing you to spray it back out to the wing. It was making or missing too. I mean, like I said, Jovic has been struggling for the last 2 games specifically when it comes to his outside shot, but typically he makes 1 or 2 of them. Killel, his shot has been kind of off for the last 4 or 5 games, and you could say that's due to the lack of consistency in his minutes. But at the end of the day, his goal was to disrupt the flow, but to do it at a different point than the Miami Heat have already seen, because what they're doing with their pick and roll game is adjusting to the adjustments that are being made or the schemes that are being drawn up to stop them offensively. But if I come in and I give you a different look with the same principle, you can't possibly have an adjustment to it. And I think that worked.
G, you know what I'm looking at? I'm while we're going, I'm watching some of the third, and like early on in the third, it took them a long time in possessions to kind of get to like their comfortable stacking pattern, kind of like of their offense. If they're going to do kind of like the 2 in the corner bunch, 1 over here, if they're going to try to arrange the 3 between, the above the break, the corner, and the dunkers, and flow from there, and like unnecessarily so in a couple of these possessions. And the other thing that I was saying, you remember like a few games ago when we talked about the gray area and like how they were cutting and flowing out of that, and a couple of these possessions too. So like earlier on, we're kind of flowing that guy through, but we're keeping the corner there. And a couple of these possessions, we're like flowing that guy and flowing the corner. Someone's trying to drive, and like everything is just all on one side. Boston's too active, too good, too spry defensively to kind of, try to navigate with that condensed up a space.
Even their smaller guys like Pritchard and
it's the activity.
Really.
Well, also though, when you're taking the square and you're turning it from a 5x5 square to a 3x3 square, it's not that hard. And it's all the same concept. What you talking about the gray areas, what you're talking about the stacking, what you're talking about the disrupting the flow. Because when you think flow, you're looking at the ball movement, the man movement, whatever. But just think about it like a shell drill. Well, if I pass it to the corner, then it has to either go back to the wing, the dunker spot, or the block. Okay, then it has to go to the top or back to the corner. Or it's high post. Is somebody going to flash? Like, that's what flow is. Just you're not going to naturally throw a pass from one corner to another one, because that just isn't natural basketball flow. So whenever that's disrupted, on top of the fact that often it's a spacing issue, once teams seek to do exactly what it is they do, which is create that spacing issue with their defense, then there's nothing you can do but feed into their hands. And you have to naturally correct that. And Crowdy's always mentioning that on the broadcast. Spacing.
Maybe that skip to the other wing isn't like a frequent or like organic feeling thing, but for them in the flow of that offense, that drive baseline and then that skip that side is. But so just
either way, that's still only half the distance
part of being able to get into it.
But I like I like that you actually brought that specific thing up, because I think of a guy like LeBron who does that a lot. And I think this team lacks a player that creates his own flow, right? They collectively create a flow. And because they don't have a guy like LeBron, like Dwayne, like postseason Jay, that you create your own flow, right? I make the currents, like I control the seas.
You know what's a little uncomfortable? He's not really efficient with it. The closest thing, it's kind of Andrew. It's kind of Andrew being able to meet. Like, he's the first guy to me being able to isolate. He doesn't play out of the positions well enough to.
I actually think it's Tyler
to make it.
If
Tyler
there was
is,
a guy,
Tyler's the other guy too,
but they're not good enough. Like, they don't.
Yes.
They make a ripple. They don't make a current.
Yeah, and Tyler's is very ripply to me. I think Andrew could be bigger ripples. It just doesn't connect.
I gotta say, nobody's described Tyler's game as very ripply, and I think it's very eloquent. I think it's a banger.
I love ripply.
I mean, no, it is. It's very herky jerk. I mean, when you look at the style, whether you look at the way he plays, whether you look at the efficiency, whether you look at how it looks, it's just it is ripply. But to Bond's point on Wiggins, he's the only one that can play at his own pace, but always get to what he want to get to. By golly geez, it may not always be anything pretty.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah,
but he's the only one that can control it. Like
Jaime.
Well,
what about Jaime? Yeah,
but even with Jaime though, it's straight downhill. I'm gonna either finish, get to this block, and do some stuff. Like,
but that's him getting into his pacing. Like, the downhill is the burst, and then I'm getting into my flow.
Agreed. But what you're pointing to with Wiggins is Wiggins can hit you with that change of speed. Okay, I'm gonna stop in the middle. Okay, I might go all the way down. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna step back, quick dribble you, take you back to the top of the key, and do the same thing. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a versatility in it. Jaime's is pretty. I'm good with it. He's probably gonna be effective at it, but you kind of know what's happening. What's finished.
Oh yeah.
What a shit time for him to go.
I know.
They fucking need him.
I mean, you hate the points and stuff like that, but when it's like, honestly, man, and I said the same thing with Pell, because Pell does so much connectivity wise, doing the little stuff, guarding, finishing on a fast break, which remind me he has sucked at for the last half decade, it seems. But Jaime is so important to this team's ability to break down defenses, to their ability to get to emergency offense. And as you guys would just point out, the ability to play make off of an action that allows the eyes to be looking at him, but allows the rest of his team to be able to do something to possibly get open. So of course it was key, but we can't point to that when you're up by, you know what I mean, as much as they were up by.
No, I mean, I just think like his playmaking kind of, creates flow, right?
No,
like,
I agree. I just don't want to give him no pass and seem like
I absolutely. I do want to mention one thing. So Miami typically, Miami gets the 7th most shots at the rim in the league. 34% of their offense comes at the rim. Tonight, 22% of their shots came at the rim, which is in the 14th percentile. Boston succeeded in cutting off their water and cutting off their flow, as we've been saying.
Yeah.
They put, you know what it is? The dam went up, right? You know what I mean? All the valves closed, and all the water was shut. And that's kind of what happens. And you know what I think what's frustrating about this team is they don't have enough talent for plan B. They don't. Like, when their plan A is shut, like, okay, obviously, like, the answer about, a lot of times is, okay, well, just hit your open shots. Yeah, fine. But like, basketball's not, like, and if you don't, then what? Like, you need to find solutions to problems if you're not.
If everybody could make make your open shots, we all be pros.
Absolutely. But no, or we'd all be coaches.
Right.
But
give it a.
Go ahead, G.
But I just think that they don't have ways to solve problems. And like Miami, this offense, I will say one thing about this offense. It creates problems for the other teams to solve. And when the other teams present solutions, Miami doesn't have solutions for the solutions.
You know why that is? It's because the solutions to the solution, or what would be the solutions to the solution, stay with me, up until now, is Miami's solution. What I mean by that, like, you're saying they don't have a plan B, is because, like, the style of play that, in my brain at least, that deteriorates into plan B, getting your own type of bucket, type of offense is their primary offense in small pockets of the floor. So like they've been able to be successful with it in various ways, getting to the spots. Shot making is a big part of it. But we've said it before, like they've been able to play, dribble drive, isolation in, pockets of the floor of basketball. And so like when that is shut off, then like what else is there to go to, but that is, you're relying on, that's when you need your guys to be the guys, but my guys have already tried to be the guys these whole first 19 seconds of this possession. I don't know if that
No, it does. I get it.
I mean, great point. Inversely though, but back to your point, they start there with, okay, I'm gonna do you basketball.
Yeah,
motion, give me, I'm gonna do you back.
I'm gonna try at least.
Right. The emergency though is like pick and roll or dribble handoffs, which is just regular basketball.
Right.
So it's like you can't go to what they're used to every night when what's supposed to be the not norm isn't beating them.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to beat people by flipping the way that a possession is segmented on their
and
head.
That also can explain the phantasmic misunderstanding we have with the first quarter.
Oh, I know what the first. I'm telling you that.
Right. And that's why I brought that up with you. That's why I brought it up specifically with you.
Listen, they have not been able to trick me with these first quarters for like a season and a half.
I get tricked every night.
And I think Bond. I'm bullshitting. I get halfway tricked.
I think tonight's the night. Every time they do that, I'm like,
this is the one. Oh, this is where it all changes.
I'm glad that they humble us at the end of the first quarter. They'd be like the highest first quarter scoring team in the league. I'd be like, okay, right, because they do this shit every night.
And then, Eric should stop doing that.
They show up. So is he jinxing it? Is he jinxing it?
It slows down.
I want to get to. Everybody in chat is mad about Ware, right? I have people saying, for some reason, y'all hate to criticize Spo. That man is terrible. He did a terrible job of coaching this last game, which I feel like the last 23 minutes were about how Mazulla outcoached him. But okay,
I genuinely like this. I thought that was.
I thought it was pretty clear. We just
no, if we don't say
Spo was bad.
No, if we don't say Mazulla put boot to Spo's ass, then we didn't properly acknowledge it when we spent the first 5 to 6 minutes.
I'm actually a little flabbergasted because
open the schools.
Right. Yeah, no. Joe ate him up today.
We have CM saying Spo said Ware only got 9 minutes because of the matchup and all the coverages, but the last time we played Boston, Ware dropped 6 threes and had digits rebounds. Sorry, I'm just gonna go through a few because our chat is like filled with these. Fire Spo, he can't coach a big lineup. The Heat get out rebounded. We have shout out to Be More with super chat says in Miami, Ware's upside is more valuable than KD. In Miami, Ware's upside is also valued less than Drew, Jovic, etc. What is Spo's trade value? That's what the audience is, and we have other people like the solution is to get rid of Spo and his addiction to small ball. It's been too many years of this BS. Ware's going to go to another team and totally kick ass, and people are going to give Spo a pass. Bam is not a star. He's an excellent role player that the Heat overpaid. I will ask one thing. Do you think that Ware's not a role player? What do we think Ware is? But that's kind of like the fan base is feeling right now. And I don't want to not validate like how you feel. I do think, and I've said a lot on this show, the two big lineup is bad. It's bad. And if, I think fans need to decide what they want.
No, like statistically speaking, you're saying it does tell the people. Go ahead.
So Bam and Ware together. So the two big lineup that we've talked about, Bam and Ware together, they have almost 300 minutes and they're minus almost 7 per 100 possessions. Importantly, their defense is 120 defensive rating. That's really bad. And like the defense is a problem. And like tonight, I understand Spo not going too big because Boston is flinging threes up. They're flying with the ball. And Ware doesn't, they don't defend well together. And now you're putting Ware in a position that he has to guard a lot of space. I agree. I think Ware should have gotten more than 9 minutes. I think that I understand why they put Nico at the 5. I think in theory, Spo's like, I'm going to put a more mobile center who is more lateral. Boston doesn't play very big. I know we're getting out rebounded, but the threes are a problem. I disagree with the move. I think that you just play Ware at the 5 and you play Nico at the 4 with them, and you go because Hawkins isn't there. You make your backup unit kind of a little bit bigger, give you a little bit of variance in your punch. But to say that like those guys were gonna fix today, like I don't know. I just think that's like Ware could play 30 minutes, and like I don't think that they would have won this game. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I don't think that Ware averaging 30 minutes a game changes their season that much. At best, a win or two, which is like significant. But I don't know. I just think that people have made this into something that's bigger than it is. I would like them to play Ware more because I am pro playing young guys more. I think that we don't have to like diminish Bam to say that Ware should play more. And I don't think that we have to pretend that those two guys play well together.
Let's be clear also, like some of the origin, at least for myself, some of the original energy behind the play two bigs was when it felt like we were demonstrably small. And I mean like PJ Ruff.
Caleb Martin at the 4.
Caleb at the 4. PJ rough and tumble, yeah, short. You know, Jay did his thing, but like shit, like DJJ, the size of my both pinkies put together, and then maybe cut back in half at the 4. I don't know. And
Haywood Highsmith been a 2 through 4 and shit like that. I guess
Haywood Highsmith at the 5. Okay, I was there.
You know what I'm saying? And so for as much stronger as Nico has had to get, to be frank, Bam and Nico as a 4-5 is technically bigger, and again, offense, defense, all of these types of
defensively, 104 defensive rating, incredible together.
That's what I'm saying. And so it doesn't have to be Bam Kalel. It doesn't have to be Bam at the 4. I'm gonna always pop my Bam at the 4 shit. Y'all just gonna have to like my stretch for Bam. Just kind of get over it. But I'm like, this is me who's talking. But like Nico, Bam, those type things work. We've gotten small sample of Nico 3, Bam 4. I don't know what the 5 there that makes that work looks like, but I don't know. I don't know what my point in saying it that way and bringing that up was, but
no, I think it makes sense. Like you're just trying to like say like, hey, listen, like there's a clamoring for it at other times because their wings were so small
and like he can't coach big lineups point blank. Like I don't think like that's fair to say. And I'm also thinking defensively why the Bam Kalel thing doesn't work. Do you think that the two of you? Do you think it's easier to take Bam out of actions when you know that your primary pick and roll coverage is going to be Kalel and drop? I can more easily stash Bam somewhere away from the elbow that I need to get to, and maybe like, you know, high part of the paint when I know that I'm just navigating the guard going over and Kalel and his drop. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think the hard part is
100%.
You could put Bam anywhere. The problem is you can't do that with Ware.
And that's what I was about to say. I'm gonna say it a different way though. It's different when Bam is in the center or right at the head of the defense, which is the back line, able to see it all. And when he's only on one side of the floor, he can't. It's impossible for him to cover for everybody on one side of the floor. Whether he in the which and like to your point, G, you can't expect Kalel to be able to do this, be as effective standing on one side of the floor. He's gonna get cooked.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember in the 2020 finals when Jimmy's absolutely shredding the Lakers? He's shredding Dwight and drop, and he's just absolutely annihilating the Lakers. And what Frank Vogel did was Dwight and played Anthony Davis at the center and had Anthony Davis just guard Jimmy. And all of a sudden, Miami, it was very, very difficult for them to score. And if you remember, it's fucking stagger guard screen into get off the ball, into roll into a post up, into go really fast before Anthony Davis comes back. And it was like the most insane shit I've ever seen in my life. But the Lakers were afforded that because they took the other big off the floor and they were able to put a guy that absolutely will neuter your best offensive player. And that's the kind of element that Miami's lost in that Miami loses in their defense. Now they don't switch as much anymore. And a part of that is because they are worried about the rebounding. They used to switch everything. They don't do that now. They switch more this year.
And they're still not rebounding. So like
they probably did more switching on defense tonight than they have in the last,
which makes sense because Boston plays really small.
Yes.
Boston plays
but
fast.
That's a point that got lost though that I meant to mention earlier.
Yep.
I think what the problem was that Spo came in saying, hell, we're gonna outshoot these dudes. So you had a lack of, by the way,
I want to say something. Miami's 14th in defensive rebounding. They're average.
It seems like they're bottom. It seems like they're bottom of the league.
It's just that's what everybody just overreacts.
It feels like that.
It does, but like they're just average.
So, and by the time that, you know what I mean, we had saw what they were doing to the drivers. Like I said, they came in saying we're going to outshoot you anyway. Okay, well, Boston is saying, hey, do that. And then by the time everything stopped working, you couldn't turn it back on. And I think that was a part of the problem too. You got to stop like feeding into their hands. And I think even with the doing more switching thing tonight, it's like that kind of fed into their hands too. But like I said, you caught in a rock in a hard place. You got to, because they shoot, but they weren't shooting it well for the first half. I don't know. My head is about to explode.
It's like if it's not Tyler, we don't have much for the middle. It's Tyler or Andrew, and then Jaime, but not here. It should be Nico being able to be more effective in the middle. I think that's coming, but like to the point of once the water from outside starts to, kind of trickle a bit.
I, by the way, want to say that I agree with people in chat because people are saying we have Alex Gutt saying, so will Ware learn more by not playing? I'm confused. Julio Gonzalez says Ware can't be developed from the bench. So the problem. I agree.
I mean,
I think we all agree.
The point of going into the season was play the kids, take the lumps.
I'm okay. I'm okay with them playing bad lineups. We just have to be okay with them losing. Now, I want them.
Right.
I'm okay with
both
that.
ways.
You can't have it both
ways. And that might mean, okay, ask them this. Are you okay with Bam splitting minutes with Kelly? Because that's what that might mean.
And not even just knowing that a loss has gone on the record. If you're going to watch the games, the watching of the game and a loss, it probably is going to look crazy. Like
real. But that's the point of that, like splitting minutes with Bam.
When you say splitting minutes with Bam, what do you mean?
I mean, like if you're gonna play Khalil, you obviously can't have both of them. Like they both can't be effective together.
I don't think that's good for Khalil's development either, and I don't think being on the bench is good for his development either. I just think that there needs to be a balance.
Right, and that's what I was trying to get to. That doesn't mean that he shouldn't play more minutes, but we got to pick a lane, whether that's growing through, let them figure it out together. As you pointed out, they're not the best on the floor together. Okay, well, if we're going to get Khalil minutes, but we know Bam is more effective. I agree with you, Vaughn. He should be more effective as a forward to a stretch, but that's a different topic for a different day. He's learning on the fly right now.
I'm not even saying that about him. Keep going. I'm with you.
Right, but if you're going to have both of them be more effective now, I don't think that they both can be on the floor at the same time.
What are you saying now? Right. If we are playing for now, and playing for now means trying to win, then okay. But if we are not doing that, then if you're not moving him, if he's here, whatever, then you do need to figure out how to play them two together at some point. Well,
I think like for the future, if this team, regardless, because I saw somebody's like Miami should trade Bam for one of the Spurs guards and a bunch of picks. A, the Spurs would never do that. B, sign me up. Cool. Yeah, I'd love that, but that's not going to happen.
Which guard? No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
I'll take any of them. I'll take any of those guys. Those guys are fucking good. But I just think that I think we overreact. Like Alex Gutt again says, Spo would have been fired any of the last 3 years if he coached for any other team. And even if that were true, I think that's stupid. I think we know Spo's a championship coach. I think that every team looks for a guy that's championship good. And we know that he's championship good. We know that we've seen him do it. We've seen him get to the finals with Scraps and Jimmy Butler. We've seen him coach. I don't think we have to go there. You can not like the process and be like, well, maybe this is not really working out right now. But I mean, he's institutionally great and important. And if he gets fired, literally 29 other teams would want to hire him.
The team of the nation just wanted to hire him. So
this is true. Now, what really bothers me about that whole notion is, and it's not a bad problem at all, and I'm trying to make people like understand it. I'm not saying he's the issue. I'm not saying anything, but you got to realize he coaches his way because of Bam. It's because of well, what I'm saying is specifically with the way he deploys his bigs, though. Like it's because of Bam. Like if Bam wasn't on this team, he would deploy his bigs in a much different manner.
Or if Bam were more effective in certain areas,
right,
then it would make it easier to do certain things. I'm with you.
Right. But you want to get the best out of Bam.
This nation is bullshit. No, you're not wrong.
Well, that is a different topic and a different podcast.
Spoke gotta be careful. They're gonna start asking, "Are you a citizen?"
Oh, please.
Hey, look, man. I'm
you spell Eric with a K? Sounds mighty immigrant of you.
ICE is outside where I live, guys. So y'all pray for me because y'all know I look like 15 different things. So they're gonna ask for my papers, assuredly.
No, really, like keep in touch. Like keep us posted.
Yeah. Just lay low.
No, really. DoorDash and shit.
Fucking lay low.
Yeah.
Chat saying YouTube chat calling Spo a D. No. You know, he'd be one of the first in the organization.
Screaming.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god.
It's so much stuff. So much stuff going on there.
Chat goes, we saw Mike Malone winning one chip. Voices get old. I think the Nuggets firing Mike Malone was stupid.
Yeah, dumb.
I think it was dumb. I think at the time everybody also thought it was dumb.
I think at the time everybody also thought it was dumb. I think they have landed softly from it.
I don't want to like do this thing where I'm just reading chat. This is the last one, and then I want to move on from this. But it's like Spo got to the finals because of COVID, and the second time because Giannis and Tatum got hurt, and then he got smoked by the Nuggets. I again ask for you people that always say the East is wide open. You're one injury away. You're one this away. You have to stay ready. Which is it? Which is it? I just have to know which is it.
One time was a fluke, 2 times was a fluke. I mean, but that third time, I swear, it was a fluke.
How about this? Which time was more fluky? 2020 or 23?
Either y'all do that. I'm also not saying Spo doesn't have to evolve or be better or whatever. I'm saying like the firing, and he would have been fired 3 years. Like, and again, to G's point, maybe that's true. Maybe
the Magic might have fired him, but that's why the Magic are losers.
I don't even think Orlando would have fired him
with his resume.
Because what?
No.
And who's down there now? Jamal, right?
Chat says YouTube chat would give it Caleb Bar the 4-year contract.
I mean, and again, shout out to Caleb. When Caleb was here, amazing. Did amazing things. But come on, bro. He was traded halfway through next season.
Bro, they low-key get rid of guys at the right time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can see it now, whether you're talking about the Kendrick Nuns or you're talking about the Gabe Vincents. Like, people like fans of the Lakers be online. I mean, I know. I'm just saying. I love those guys, but I'm just saying you see fans of other teams online like lamenting, never take a Miami Heat guy after he had a
all that's dumb.
It's just white shooters.
I know,
those are the only guys, the white shooters.
I mean, I just think that speaks to Spo's greatness, honestly. And him putting them in a position to succeed.
If that's the way you want that to feel.
CM 201, the star of YouTube chat, goes, "Hey, I didn't want that Caleb contract. Don't let me." And Zach Martin says, "Show the YouTube chat. Not all of us."
That's right. Y'all better defend your set.
I love this. No, listen, I love YouTube chat. No, and I want to say something like
YouTube gang.
I only think fair to go both ways though, because they've been killing us all show.
No, but I want to say Julio Gonzalez and Alex Gutt. I understand the frustration. I don't want to seem like I am a pom waving, go Eric, go Pat, go Andy guy. I'm not. But I just think that there's exit ramps that we can take before Jaku's Twitch gangs. There's several exit ramps we could take before I don't want this guy here. But I do think that he's not we don't have to baby Spo. He's not perfect. He's gonna make mistakes. Sometimes some guys on the internet will know more than him. It's just facts. It comes from us all, man. Even it happens to us all.
Where's the box score?
Jess says G only wears
crazy.
pom-poms for Lowry. You better believe that when he came on the floor in Toronto, I cried.
I know you lactated.
I
know it was awesome.
I know the three happiest people on earth were Kyle Lowry, Iman, and myself.
Oh, shout out Iman. Love
Shout
her.
out Iman, the homie. The 3 biggest Kyle Lowry fans in the world. I love that guy so much.
You know what?
Included him as one of them.
Huh?
You included Kyle himself as one of them, but
Yeah,
I guess
I would hope. I mean,
I guess
he's like a confident guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Bon?
Nope, nothing.
I want to talk before we get out of here. I want to talk about Kasparas because I thought today, for everything that we've said about what this season's about and Ware can't learn from the bench.
Yep.
They gave Kasparas the closing assignment. He made a few mistakes. Had the offensive foul on the 3. I believe we don't have the play, but Bon, I think the double on Simons was a mistake. There was a guard screen that I think he got confused on. Eric and Karate felt that, they doubled. I don't think that was on purpose. I think Kasparas was confused and they left. I forgot it was Jaylen Brown or Hauser open on the
one away.
Yeah,
the right wing.
The last shot.
Yeah, it was Hauser.
So I think Reed and Cardi thought it was intentional because they were talking about how up until then they had stopped doubling. And I said the same thing. Early on, they were bringing the second earlier, and then they just went into straight like flat switches. And so I do think that they thought that they did it intentionally. I don't know if they did or not, but in that situation, yeah, it probably was.
He looked confused. I don't know. Cass looked like he looked at Hauser, and I swear if I saw his lips, he might have said, "Oh shit."
We probably did.
That's a good question. I can't call it one way or another because in odd situations, me and Bob talked about this. In odd situations, well, not odd situations, but random situations, especially guys that have the ability to read it, like Davion, Bam, they'll rake in. But they have shown to double when a guy's gotten going this season at different points. So I'll just take y'all word for it. Probably not. Probably wasn't meant to be. Because you don't leave Hauser. If you're gonna leave anybody, do you leave Hauser in that moment?
You never leave the white guy in that moment.
Because what they'd gotten a switch from it one time. They had Anthony like in a high right slot, and he had Bam on him. And then they brought the dude from the corner. They just ran him up on like one big wheel. I think it was Derek White. And it wasn't a screen. It was barely even a brush string. It's just Derek just ran. And then they got into a switch. And then Anthony got the assignment that they wanted. And then Anthony got the assignment they wanted, and it was Tyler, and then he got a bucket. I wonder what the setup was into that double on that possession.
Be more super chat. Appreciate you, my man. Says what will be easier to do, Bam and Ware on defense or Bam and Giannis on offense? I think Bam and Giannis on offense is easier because Giannis is just more talented than any of them.
Stronger, more aggressive.
It won't look nice, but I mean they'll do high-low stuff, and I think Bam can play off the ball, and Giannis can play on the ball.
And Bam's gonna drive and shoot like he has the last 2 games. That it would definitely be Bam and Giannis.
I actually think that Giannis in this offense would actually go like dummy hard. Like it would just be like so. It would be so
like
good.
Giannis in the dunkers and just do things.
Give him the fucking ball. Just go up top and be like, okay, if you want 5 people to crash. I've watched Giannis bowl strikes.
Do you see what Jaime does? Like what Jaime does? Giannis would do that. We're not going to do this, guys. We're not going to do this. Okay?
I do think Bam and Ware can figure it out on defense. I think Bam and Ware can figure it out on defense. I just think it's
gonna take more time, man. And that's why I'm glad you corrected me or pointed that out how I said that, Bon. Like it's just now. It's like you have to choose your battles now. It can work, but it needs time to develop. But what are you doing now?
And as fans, what are you willing to sit with?
Well, do you want to watch them lose and develop, or do you want them to try to win? And that's what you got to decide. Can't have it all at the same time. Not right now.
Trade spell is what they want.
I wanted to be gracious to Bam and Ware, so I looked at Bam and Ware lineups without Hero and Powell, who are probably their 2 worst high-minute defenders. Their defense somehow gets worse. This 150 defensive rating in a small sample,
right?
53 minutes, but it's still quite funny. And they're minus 53 per 100 possessions. which again is quite funny. And then I'll do one more courtesy for the Be More super chat. Bam
Are
and
you going to take
Ware.
Spo out of the lineup and see what the defensive rating is?
Bam and Ware, no hero, 122 defensive rating. So even if you take just Tyler out, they're just not good together. I think they should figure it out, but that is what it is. Thank you so much, Be More. I appreciate the support and the patronage. It means a lot to us, man. Let's get back to Jaku.
Yeah.
Love that he closed. I liked the stuff he gave us on ball tonight. I think some of the drives were really creative. I have some clips that we'll show at the end here, but finished with 12, 5, and 8. The 8 assists is huge. Had 3 turnovers, which I'm okay. He needs to learn. He needs to kind of get in it. He had 5 fouls, which I love. I love a motherfucker who hits dudes. Be felt, be physical. You have 5, use them. I'm okay with that. He's a good defender for his age, and he's gonna have the size to back it up.
Right.
I thought it was a great showing for him, and to me, that was the most important thing of the night. What he did to me, I know that they lost to a rival, but if I want to take a silver lining, it's that he looked fucking good.
Yeah, 27 minutes.
He looked like a real player.
He did.
He looked like a real player who could really help you.
Where do we think his minutes should be?
No, go ahead.
Where do we think his minutes should be? Like
What
on
did he have tonight?
A numbers wise or
27.
rotation wise? Oh, okay.
He had 27 tonight.
Let me see. He had 27 tonight. I think Drew Smith shouldn't play anymore. I think
you need Drew's defense in certain spots though, man.
And Drew gives them.
I love Drew.
I'm really not trying to like.
I just think you got to play Jaku. And again, tonight, Hawkins didn't play and Mitchell didn't play, and those are 2 guys that are gonna have some of his minutes at guard.
Definitely rock brain guys
for sure.
Maybe 18 for Jaku, 12 for Drew, and split the rest between Davion and Jaime.
I think Mitchell should probably have his minutes cut more because you know what you have with him, and you want to give Jakučionis some reps. But it's like that's a fucked up thing to do to Davion, and I think that that's the hard part about coaching. It's like, how do you balance rewarding the guys who work really hard and deserve to be rewarded versus development of talent? And I think people think it should only be bottom line, but it's not. You got to fucking look at those guys in the eye, and they got to buy. Everybody in that locker room has to buy into what you're doing.
And that goes back to being aligned in what are our goals for the season. What are we trying to do? Because if you are flip-floppy in there, then it makes harder to sell, hey, the rotation might look like this tonight because maybe I don't have a solid answer on what the rotation looks like tonight because this is like, it all kind of has to.
To that point, though, where they spoke about the bench, and Crowdy mentioned it early in the broadcast, how Spo lately has said that he's literally going with the guys because he's playing so many guys.
He did say that.
He's going with the guys that are playing best. Maybe this should be the same for the point guard.
Yep. He said I'm going the guys that's earning it. And I'm always fine with that.
And that's a Spo thing, right? Yep. It's like, and I think that I know that it can get frustrating when a certain guy is not playing enough and you feel like you should, but it is meritocracy, right? And you don't earn it.
This America. I was about to say, what does that mean?
We know in America you get shit without earning it. Right. I'll tell you that. Right. But you don't earn, at least in this organization, you don't earn playing time just because you got drafted high. That's not the way you earn playing time in this organization. I'm not for better or for worse. Whether you feel that way or not, or how that's fair or not, it's just how they operate.
We drafted you high because we think you could earn some time in this organization.
Exactly.
But you got to get there.
And everybody's saying everybody's showing love to Drew, but Cass is so good all around that he needs to play minutes. I agree. And I think we're getting to the point where, okay, Drew, you got rewarded for. Listen, Drew Smith has been through a lot. He's been through a lot of. The fact that he's playing at the level he's playing is, frankly, Bond, you might be able to speak to this more than anybody, a fucking miracle.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's like he's this whole thing has been a big, long ass reset. He's at least back to his baseline, if not better. you know, go do
Oh, he's
your
better.
thing, young
He's
man.
better than he's.
Go do your thing.
Yeah.
Fly.
So I mean, you have to like.
Fly,
Not
fly,
fly.
in your wings. No, I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying.
If
You're
You're a pro.
that's
You're a
line,
pro.
if
We've
that's the
made you
line
able
that
to go
he
get
is
another
on.
job.
Yeah, but you know, motherfuckers said that about Gabe, and people think that he didn't deserve it. And he's
No,
not gonna perform
Jesus,
like
I didn't mean to bring that up and hit a nerve.
No, but no, that's the he is in a similar style of package also. So
Right, I understand.
go ahead, G.
Chat says they're talking defensive rating when the win-loss record is better when they start too big. It's crazy. Have you ever thought
I'm
that?
not wrong with that either. Like,
Have you ever thought that maybe they've just played bad teams?
Also,
They start
like,
too big. Have you ever thought that some of those wins are a lot of Washington Wizards?
what were those games?
That
They
would be
had
interesting to look up.
it's been up and down. I don't know, but I'm assuming that it's that. I mean, I don't know. I do think the data is the data, and you can't argue with the fact that when they're on the floor together, the Heat aren't very good. The win loss is like that's a 48-minute, sample that Bam and Ware share the court for what 15 of those minutes, 20 of them, maybe 20. Bronx Joker says Detroit was a double big lineup. Yes, and that's a team that calls for a double big lineup because those are bruising motherfuckers.
Yeah, those
Houston,
are aggressive big. Like those are.
I low key my dream finals is Houston Detroit because I just want the bruising bowl. I just want to watch. I want to watch the NBA be football.
That's
Just,
fun.
Well, Detroit's actually trying to get away from the beef stew during lineup, which don't nobody see, but we'll talk about that later.
they got it. No, we got to lean back into it.
Yeah. Also,
G calling other teams bad crazies considering we're pretty bad.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
bro, I will call other teams bad because other teams are bad. The Heat are like a borderline level of competence.
what? I gotta go eat.
Bon has to go eat. Let's get to some really quick Casper's clips and then we'll get out of here. I just kind of wanted to highlight a couple things that I thought that he did pretty well.
Come on, soundtrack.
Yeah, gotta get a little,
Is that for the Rook?
Right.
So
Smooth jazz for the smooth moves.
I love this move from Cass into the quarter. So we're gonna run this back so I can.
He's so fluid a mover.
Talk to the pod audience here. Caspers is bringing the ball up, has Derek White on him, gives the ball up to Powell coming off the Bam screen out of the corner. So Norm is vacating the corner. So now the weak side's empty.
Two out the corner. Fontecchio was before.
And Caspers' man, Derek White, kind of pinches in to get Powell, kind of really cuts that off. And this is what I'm talking about, how the Boston defense is. They cut the driving lane. Bam's man is at the paint, tagged Bam, was there to meet Powell on the drive. You have Pritchard in the paint. Fontecchio's probably going to relocate to the weak side corner, and Pritchard doesn't care. And then you have Hauser, who's on Wiggins, is about to close out here on the Casper's catch. And I think froze. This is the plays have not been working.
And he just catches it with a smooth little jab, a smooth little weight shift.
Yeah. And it's really that dribble around Derek White into the pass in the corner that was really impressive because he beats his man. He does the ball fake. The defender jumps. He goes the other way. And then he readjusts his body.
Yes.
Because Derek White is flying in the picture and his momentum's carrying him. He recognizes that, shifts his body, goes around him, which is not an easy move, and finds Bam in the corner.
One more time. He's able right at where you paused it. He's able to get the ball and his body forward, past Derek's plane, and then a beeline to the basket and kind of just one cool little.
By the way, stuff Trae Young could do if he would get off the ball.
Well, again, also conversations for other places.
This is in the fourth quarter, which I thought was kind of speaks to why Miami needs to play at a fast pace and why that benefits them. So they get an important rebound off the miss. They're pushing. It's Fontecchio, right? We're going. Look at Bam run the floor, right? And Boston can't do what we've talked about, where it's like pack the paint, meet defenders, all that. So the one man who's back in transition, is that Hauser? I don't know who that is. He's going to step up to the nail, and Bam on the short roll. Boston crashes, right? Because they're like, we're taking the paint away. Bam, great pass off the cut into Jaku in the corner, and he makes it. And again, big moment for him. Really important for I think that those are like real cool learning moments for him and for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was I'm happy for him. I'm happy he's playing. We have everybody's favorite segment, and then we're done.
What kind of shot is that?
No.
Oh my goodness, Valentine!
No.
Whoa.
Have you ever shot that shot?
Looking for Steph. Now Draymond's got it.
What did he do that for?
Draymond.
You work on that shot.
Yes! Oh!
Win.
It's Cody Martin, you gotta hit it! Oh!
Step back, one leg and leg.
To Bargnani. What is he doing?
What kind of shot is that?
We got two today. We have Peyton Pritchard, my least favorite Celtic. Comes out, flies right over here, way deep.
It was deep.
That was a little deep. It
was deep. He hit the rim though.
I mean, 17 on the clock. What are you doing? It's the first quarter.
Yeah.
I'm
What are
ashamed
you
to
doing,
say I
sir?
watch a little Celtics ball, and he takes that shot a bit.
What are you doing, sir? What are you doing? And then Bon, we have your son. We have your beautiful son going to the basket and getting nothing.
Oh yeah, he got stuffed.
But again,
he tried to do something to possession before and got blocked. So this was him like really trying to.
How many Celtic players are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 Celtics in the paint. Kind of speaks to everything.
Hey man, I'm just appreciative that he's trying to play big. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's trying to. Yeah.
I
He's
love
trying to play
him.
big.
He is working on that shot.
So
He is working on that shot. Right.
He is working on that shot. I want to give a quick shout out on our way out to that guy Yeezy, to CM 201, to Dig Dog 1569, and to Be More for the super chat donations. You guys are so generous and kind. And thank you for everybody that just comes through, win or loss. It doesn't matter. You guys show up, and it's fun to talk with you guys. And listen, there's a lot that goes on in life, and if we can all get together for something silly, it's quite nice. And it's great to pass time with friends and build community. Love you guys. Switch, no donations today. You guys can step the fuck up. Maybe I wouldn't have heard you to be so cheap.
Oh, you lost YouTube one today.
Yeah,
Sorry.
YouTube one today. I fucking love YouTube right now. Twitch, I hate you.
Love you too.
See you Saturday for the Oklahoma City giving belt to ass to the Heat.
Oh, that's okay.
You in for that, Bon?
I think.
Let's go, baby.
I think.
See you guys Saturday.